All right. In today's video, I was thinking a little bit about excuses because, like, the last couple weeks I've been making a lot of them for not getting on here. I've been a lot busier the last couple weeks too. I had a bunch of appointments I had to go to, and work was a little crazier than normal. It was really busy the last couple weeks, so a lot of the times I was getting up later and not getting on here before I went to work because I was sleeping in because I was tired. And then I would also, when I got home, instead of getting on here and doing something, I was not doing anything either. So, and for a while there, I was starting to get a little bit disappointed and discouraged with myself for doing these things. But then I had to look at it as, you know what, all these things that have been happening to me the last couple weeks that's prevented me from getting on here, whether it was actually the stuff I had going on or just partly me too, by giving myself excuses why I can't get on here and not like actually getting on here and doing it. So I feel like sometimes life itself presents these opportunities to me to like create a video about it. You know what I mean? So I feel like life itself is like a classroom or a teaching ground for us too. And sometimes we feel like we have to go to school and we have to do all these things to actually learn, when sometimes life itself is actually teaching us something. So instead of so I started today I kind of just started thinking about it, well, how have I felt the last couple weeks, and a little bit of disappointed with myself, a little bit of discouraged because I didn't get anything done, because sometimes I feel bad when I don't, because I want my subscribers to have content. I want to get on here and teach them stuff, and I want it to have impact on you guys. So I want to keep doing this. So that's why I'm very candid with the way that my life is and the stuff that happens, because I'm trying to be like everybody else. We're all human beings underneath everything, and that we're not perfect. But sometimes we feel like we have to be, because society has taught us that you have to be better than everybody. You have to be better than this person, that person. We're always in constant competition. And then sometimes when we see people at the top of the mountain, we're like, wow, we don't live up to that person. So we get disappointed and discouraged because I see, and I do it to myself too, because I see all these people online that are putting content out every day. And sometimes I'm like, wow. But I've also seen some that go through what I'm going through, where they go through periods where they don't create anything. And I'm trying to get more persistent and stuff, but then you have to acknowledge the fact of where you're at and not get too discouraged or disappointed. But it's also a thing is also don't fight that too, because I heard something, I don't know who said it or where it came from, but whatever you resist persists. So if I don't acknowledge the fact that I'm disappointed and discouraged about the last couple weeks, and that I let all these excuses get to me, and when I could have pushed a little bit harder, or at least got on here, but in the end, like I said, it gave me the content to create this video today, so it can't be really that bad. But the thing is, you have to acknowledge your emotions, and sometimes we're taught to bury our emotions and not feel them. You shouldn't feel that way, or you're okay. Well, you are okay, but it's also okay to feel all right, feel the discouragement, feel the disappointment, and acknowledge it, and then let it go. Then say, hey, you know what? I did have a busy last couple weeks, and work did get me a little bit tired than normal because it was so busy. And then so you can kind of reflect and learn from what happened the last couple weeks. And was there times in there where I probably could have got on and did a video no matter what? Yes, but I made the choice to not get on here and make an excuse of why I couldn't get on here. But at the end of the day, it also created content for this video that I'm on, so I am grateful for that. So, and then too, and they say whenever, focus gratitude, focus on the positive impacts too. I did make a little extra money covering some shifts for people, and I did, got some extra rest and starting to feel better now. And I think I was kind of under the weather a little bit too, because I didn't feel well some days too, and that's okay too. Sometimes maybe that's the universe telling you that you do need to take a break, because we're also taught that in society that we have to go, and there's no time for yourself. And I feel like sometimes there's so much out there in the outside world with advertisement, social media, TV, telling us what we have to do all the time. And some of it's just for their own self-interest. It has nothing to do with our benefit or who we are as a person and to make us feel better. It feels like the outside world is doing everything it can to make us feel bad about ourselves, when really we're just human beings, man. We're all growing at different rates. We're all going through different experiences. It's all about learning from them and realizing it and actually, learning, like, I don't know, want to learn some stuff. Like, we don't have to be superhuman all the time because we are human. We don't have to be perfect beings. We're not perfect. Even at work, when people mess up, everybody gets so mad. It's like, you know what? It brings me that saying is, it's no use crying over spilt milk. The milk's spilt. Clean it up. When you make a mistake, figure out what you did wrong and learn from it and move forward. When you sit there in guilt and shame because you made a mistake, what's that going to do? It ain't going to solve anything. It's just going to make you feel bad about yourself. And that's the problem, is that we need to skip that, Well, maybe still feel it and experience it like I was just saying, but we're humans. It just is what it is. And then, sit with it and say, okay, how can I be better next time? And let's go. Because I feel like if you can't accept who you are and you can't accept that you're a human being, that we make mistakes, and you can't look at yourself and be honest with yourself about who you are and what you did, then you're never going to get somewhere different, because you're going to sit there and make up all kinds of lies to yourself and others about why you didn't mess up, why you are perfect when you're really not. And so that's why I kind of get on here and be real. That's why I don't edit my videos, because this is me. I want to show that no matter what, we can do stuff and we can learn from it. And I'm going to learn, and you know what? I'm probably going to go periods again where I don't make content, and I'll get a little discouraged and pissed off at myself. But hey, it's part of the process. But I am going to try to do better to get on here more. It's just that, sometimes I'm going back and forth between my friend's house and here, and it's a drive, and sometimes I get up late for work. So, there's all kinds of stuff. And that's the thing, too, is like not to get too down on myself when that stuff happens. Everybody has stuff that has days like that. But you also have to remember, too, is that when you are having those days in that moment, is to try to overcome what it is that's stopping you and actually get on and do something. Like, I will be honest, there was a couple times where I got home from work, and when I was like, all right, as soon as I get home, I'm going to get on here, do my meditation and get a video going. And I was excited about it. And then I would get home, and I'd be like, and then once I got home, I'd sit down and relax. I'll just relax for a couple minutes. And then all of a sudden, a couple minutes turns into a half hour, and then it's like, well, it's too late now. And then I wouldn't do it. So that's the thing, is that's how it gets you. And my coach told me one time, like, when you get home, don't sit down, do something right away. Like, sit down here and get something done. And that's the thing sometimes, is we always say, oh, we'll do it later. There's always that excuse, we'll do it later. And then all of a sudden later comes and goes, and then you don't get it done. And then, but there also was a couple times where, something unexpected happened. So I just as I was getting ready to do a video, it just seemed like it wasn't time. So, and that's the thing too with life, is we always expect everything to go the way that we want it to, and everything to be perfect, and everything to be like the way we wanted it to go, and it doesn't always go that way. So the thing is, and then we get disappointed and discouraged about it, and instead we need to accept it, learn from it, grow, be grateful for these opportunities, and you have to talk to somebody about it and seek support. Do that too, because it's always good for people to talk to and talk things out, but I guess it just depends on those people too, because some people are not going to support you. You seek the help of people that do support you, that are about it, because I have some friends that don't really support, and I have some friends that do. So you got to find the right ones, because sometimes people just aren't ever going to support you, and that's okay. You just look for them for other areas of your life that you enjoy being in their company for. So, and that's the thing too, is learning how to stay positive, around these things and remind yourself that just because, in the past you didn't have success doesn't mean that you can't work it out more now and work on your strengths and be more. And then too, like another thing is kind of talks about is also like today I could have kept dwelling on it, and finally today I was like, all right, like I didn't even know I had to fix my car today before work, so I wasn't even sure I was going to get on here today, but we got it done faster than I thought, so I was actually, all right, I better hop on here now, because I almost used the excuse of, well, I got to fix my car before work, so I probably won't be able to get a video done today. But then we got it done a lot faster than we did, so I was like, all right, now it's the time. I got to get on this. I have to get back on here and do it. It doesn't matter what happened the last 2 weeks when I didn't. You just got to get back on here. So that's kind of like the things that I kind of see is that even sometimes when you think something's bad, like me thinking the last couple of weeks has been terrible, it actually gave me the, idea for this video. And I will always say, we can always change. We can always have an epiphany. Like the other day, my coach was saying something to me, and because I was kind of dwelling on the fact that I hadn't got on here, and like stuff wasn't really going too good the last couple of weeks. It was really busy, and but that's the ebb and flow of everything. Is that's part of human nature. Everybody acts like we're not supposed to have down times. We're not supposed to have bad times. We're not supposed to go through it. But sometimes but that's just part of being human. There is no good without bad. There is no east without west, up without down. We live in a dichotomy of existence, and you have to know the opposite. It's opposites. The only thing that's not opposite is our soul. It's that stillness that's inside that can no longer be divided, like Wayne Dyer used to say. It's like that's the point. It's getting back to that point before existence. Once we came into existence, it's full of dichotomies. And then we always judge each one. Like we're supposed to be one and not the other. And it's like, no, we're a balance of all of it. Where it's okay to be bad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel discouraged and disappointed. But what isn't okay, maybe it is, I don't know, is to hold on to that. It's to work through it and use it. I remember I've had some things in my life not go the way I wanted to, and I was upset. But then I learned something for it. And some of my friends are always like, well, that shouldn't happen. And it's like, well, maybe you think it shouldn't have, but in my book, I needed it to happen to learn from it. I took these negative experiences that I had in the past, and I learned from them. Instead of dwelling on them, learn from them. I was like, oh, it wasn't supposed to be that way, I guess. Or it would have. So that's the thing is that, we have so many emotions and so many things that goes on, and then we just think we're supposed to always be positive and always be perfect and always be this and that. It's like society creates us into these stress beings that we don't even know what's going on half the time, and then we feel bad about ourselves because we're not like looking like the way that society says we're supposed to. Well, screw society in that matter. You know what? We're all human beings doing the best we can under the circumstances we're in, at the conscious level we are, and we can always be more. And I will always say that. No matter what, just do the best you can, and then if it's not good enough one time, well then, try to learn from it and do better the next time. It frustrates me when so much, see here I'm frustrated again, that people just don't understand that. It's like, why don't we teach that? Again, I'm not saying strive to be bad. I'm saying strive to be the best that you can be. But if you're not, then, learn from it and keep trying. Get back on the horse, You get knocked down, get up. Like I said, I've laid there before. I've laid there for months, probably even years at times throughout my life, where I got down and just kind of like gave up. But you know what? I didn't totally give up. I might have put it off for a little bit. But, at the end of the day, I got back up and kept going. I wouldn't be sitting here today if I would have gave up totally. I mean, God, when I was younger... I think I told this in a video before. I dropped the class because I was so afraid to speak in front of people that I dropped the class. And the funny part is, it wasn't even the whole class that I had to talk in front of. It was 4 people in a group, and one of them was my friend. So, and I lied about it. And this is me saying, Steve, I lied to you too. I told you I didn't drop that class because of it. So anyway, I don't know if you'll ever see this video, but you never know. But that's the thing, is that makes us feel so shameful that I was so uncomfortable speaking in front of people, it made me feel uncomfortable. And I felt bad because we were supposed to and other people were doing it. But that's just an example of, hey, it doesn't matter. And I had to learn. I had to learn that it doesn't matter. You just got to be you. Someone's always going to say something about you. It's just part of life. And like Wayne Dyer used to say, is when other people judge you, they're really not judging you. They're just defining themselves as someone who needs to judge. So again, they're going to judge you regardless of what you do. Someone's going to. Someone's not going to be happy with you. I mean, again, it's part of life. It's just you got to go with it and do the best you can every day. Keep learning. Stay engaged. Don't get too down on yourselves. You know, I mean, come on. If I can do it, anybody can do it. You know, we all think that we, are defined by our past. You know what? The past is the past. The future isn't here yet. All we can do is learn from the past, focus on the present moment, and decide on which way you want your future to go. And do I want to keep being that person that was afraid to speak in front of people and was ashamed? Or do I want to say, hey, you know what? Other people have done it. I can do it too. There's always someone out there that's done something you wanted to do. And again, it might not be easy. It might not be comfortable. But there's always a way to do something more if you want to. And if you got a message in your heart, you got something you want to do, but you're afraid, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I was afraid. I'm still a little nervous at times when I get in here. I just try to be me and let things flow through me. And if I can get to this point, anybody can. So again, this is my encouragement to everybody. There's always a way. You just got to look for it. But if you don't think you can do it, well, then you're not going to find that way. You're just going to find more reasons and excuses why you can't. So, like Trent Shelton says, it all begins with you. I don't mean to steal his line, but it's a good one. It's very true. It all depends on what you want to do. It all starts with what you're going to do. So, and I hope I get to meet that man one day. So, if you look him up, if you guys haven't heard of him, Trent Shelton, he's a really good speaker. He's one of the guys that inspired me to get on here. Someone needs your voice. Someone needs whatever it is you want to do. We all have something inside of us somewhere. It's just that sometimes it's piled with a bunch of garbage on top of it, lies and peers and society telling us who we should be, what we're capable of, what we should do. Now again, obviously within means, yes, 10 Commandments, all that stuff. Yeah, you don't want to do bad stuff, and if you do, you're going to be bad karma for it. So, but at the end of the day, if you want to do something more, there's definitely a way to do it. And don't ever give up. Just start somewhere, start little, keep building every day. And you ever got any questions, anything, like I said before, comment, ask questions, like and subscribe. I'm just trying to get this information out there more because I love people and I always try to see the best in people, and I believe that we can all be better if we truly want to. And so that's my message for the day, and I love you guys, and yeah, that's it. Bye bye.